Huge sleep. Nice job. That was an Ana grenade. That was something. Oh no. Please use your nano. Nano. Nano, no! All right, so in today's video, we are back with another Where Are They Now, where we watch a player that we previously spectated months later to see where they're at, and then we guess what their new rank is. So last time we watched them, they were Plat 5 support on PC 6 months ago. 6 months ago, you reviewed my game when I was a Plat 5 Mercy main who was trying out other supports with varying degrees of success. My honor turned out to be quite decent back then. My biggest issue was holding on to my ultimates and not using them effectively. Now I'm sending you a new code to show you my progress. In this game, I'm playing exclusively Ana. We started on the attacking side, and every time we played attack, we struggled to get past the first point. There were moments where our tank got deleted almost immediately, and during overtime, our Mercy disconnected, leading to what was a surprising turn of events that you'll see. I'd like to know what I could have done better in this match. Should I have swapped heroes? While I don't feel significantly improved with Ana, I can confidently say I'm not a Mercy main anymore. Over the past 6 months, I've been working hard to improve my Ana gameplay, but I'm not sure if it's paying off. All right, this will be an interesting one then, because it's always fun when not only do we get the Where Are They Now, but we also get to see like their hero pool shift over like a half a year. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Do. So far, I'm okay with your position. I like how you have a Roadhog now on Circuit Royale. You know, a Hog is in an interesting spot now. I will say, the Hog nerf definitely made Hog worse, but a good Hog player can still make plays.
4 years, emongg.
Artos, thanks for the 48 months. Thank you. That is a long time. Thank you for the 4 years. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, here we go. So far, so good. This is like the classic, like, nothing is happening. You're not playing a comp that is about really consistent picks. You're like, what do you mean? You have Pharah and Hanzo. They both do a lot of damage, but they both also can struggle securing the limbs, and as I say that, they both secure in a limb. As in, like, when I say securing the limbs, it's just, like, it's not as, like, consistent as, like, a Widow headshot will be, because even now with Hanzo, when you headshot someone... Actually, there's a Mercy there, though, so if I'm correct, if a Hanzo is pocketed by a Mercy, they can still headshot most of the targets. But definitely a little bit more inconsistency when you're running, like, double projectile in comparison to, like, double hit scan, which is pretty common on this map. Which is why it might take a little bit for your team to be able to get this going. So... is going well. So far, honestly, like, I don't really have anything bad to say about you playing that. I know it's kind of like a, you know, usually we have like an interesting start, but like, I feel like that was fine. So it could have nanoed Zarya. Yeah, but like, it's also hindsight. If I don't see a time in there that I think is like next to perfect, I won't say anything about nano and the Zarya there. And I think that was okay. Nice sleep, nice play. I mean, good overall start. Yeah. Okay, Nano and the Pharah actually can work. I was gonna say, because they're gonna be barraging. Okay, I just need to pause for a second. I see this happen all the time, and maybe chat sees it differently sometimes. But what is it with, like, whenever you nano a Pharah, if they get nanoed, they decide that, like, a close range ultimate is unacceptable and go for this long range, like, 75-foot ultimate just because, like, they're like, oh, I'm nanoed. I still feel like they all miss, though. You know what I mean? Like, they'll still miss across the map and get rolled. And I'm just like, you know, just because you have nano doesn't mean it's going to be... You know what I mean? Like, just because you have nano does not mean it's going to be successful at that point. Actually, I was going to say, what if they had, like, an ultimate that, like, made it like Soldier 76 ultimate almost, but, like, it made, like, your Pharah ultimate, like, accurate. You know what I mean? Like, it won't miss. It'll just home in on people. After having Cast Grenade, I'm sure people would love that. So far, I gotta say, your positioning's been solid. We actually just watched an Ana on this exact map recently, and one of the things I said was, like, even you start with good positioning, but then you create better positioning for yourself as your team does well. And I think you're doing that right now. You're giving yourself more opportunity to kind of push around the corners. You're staying in a good spot, and then you're also adjusting to where your team's playing. So, like, so far, I'm pretty happy with what I've seen. Straight up. It's been good to see. And you said you don't think you improved in your Ana? I mean, I feel like you have. Because automatically, you're already just putting yourself in better spots, right? We'll see, though. As I say the aggressive angle thing, you start to play a little bit not as aggressive here, but that's okay. A little side note, try to be patient with your sleeps. There's a thing that I do sometimes that I've gotten better at recently with Ana, is that when you see somebody, if you have the opportunity, you don't have to go for that immediate, like, hit, oh, I see somebody, let me hit my sleep button immediately type of play. And that feels like it's what you did. So being patient sometimes with that mid-range can be really good. So, what rank was this, were they before? Plat 5. You can nano your Zarya here if you want. You don't have to, but like, keep them alive. Don't let them... Perfect. Wonderfully played so far. The reason why that's a good play is because, like, people be like, oh, but look at the value you got. You only, did this, did that. The thing is, though, nice job. The thing is, at least in my opinion, is that it's going to be better off. It's going to be better off keeping your Zarya alive there and at least keeping the momentum. And in my opinion, you kept the momentum there. And that's why it's important to, like, even do, like, very simplistic plays like that. Because when you do that, it leads to, like, exactly what we just saw. Just, like, good results. So I'm happy that you were willing to be more aggressive with your Ana gameplay rather than sit back. We find it quite frequently that, like, an Ana player will save their ultimate the whole time. And it kind of results into, like, not the best of plays. So it's good to see that you were able to make a good play there. And be aggressive. I love to see that. All right, here we go. Let's see how it goes. Solid position to start. Only thing you have to worry about is if they ever go like Junkrat randomly go over the top there. Then that happens. Very rarely works, but it's always that. You just got to listen to your top left. But you're fine. I don't know, so far, I mean, it's been good. I mean, you could maybe argue you could have played that a little bit smarter on that one there, but even then, I'm not even like worried about it, right? So... yeah, you're dead there. Little side note. Sometimes players go for this rotation. One thing that you want to get in the habit of is being able to rotate from here down around. So, like, the moment you lose somebody there, if it's possible, and it was, look to rotate this way. Because when you rotate down this way, this is a very easy way to fall over. And a lot of players rotate this way and get rolled. So try to, like, sometimes fall back this way to use the corner here, and then you end up in these rooms, and you're good to go. You survive that, but that, that's not going to happen every time. And it still may not work. See what happens? Good thing we paused and showcased what I was talking about first. So if you look right there, in my opinion, that's why you got rolled there, because your rotation was one too late, but then you also rotated the longest way possible. You took the scenic route, and when you do that, that's how you end up like getting reset there and then snowballed off the point. So this might be a tough one. Be careful of the retake from just like staring at your Ramatra. Yeah, you went the right way. Although you could have, once again, I want you to think about what they can see in that situation, and like, imagine seeing an Ana just walk over there and just do what they just, and you're playing Widow, they missed the shot or weren't looking there, but like, sometimes you're going to peek that and just fall over, so that's why you got to be careful. Reload, nice. Healing your team. Healing your team. By the way, if you get to a point where you want to nano your Ramatra or your Echo, it's okay. I think... oh, nice sleep! I like your Mercy's reaction. Was your Mercy trying not to get high noon so they spun in circles? I think that's what happened. But your Mercy didn't realize you slept it, so they just spun in circles. Which, by the way, that wouldn't do anything anyway, would it? Like, you're still going to get rolled, but just by spinning in circles. You know what I mean? Positioning, by the way, you ended up in the middle right there. I'm just saying, like, all you're doing there is you're spinning. You're just spinning, so you can get high noon while spinning. But it will look cool. I'm still okay with it. The only thing that you did wrong there was like your positioning. You ended up in the middle. This is a common thing, by the way, and this is what I try to get players in the habit of. Like, you'll start off with good positioning, and I'll talk about it. Like, okay, you say you're playing here. Okay, now your team fight's winning a little bit. You go here. Okay, you won the team fight again. Now you go here. Okay, this is going well. You're not winning the team fight. You're not losing the team fight. Now you're here. So as you win team fights, a lot of players have a tendency to keep getting more confident in their positioning, when in reality, the reason why you're winning those team fights is because you're in a good position. So the more and more that your positioning gets worse, the more likely they can turn that team fight around and then win that team fight. So I want you to get in the habit of team fight's over, or team fight is in our favor, let me reposition in a good spot and then head back here. And that's a good way to look about it. So just always try to keep that in the back of your mind that, like, is my positioning good? And then that's like the next step of good positioning, is like understanding, one, I'm in good position, and then two, I need to get back to that good position. The step 2 to that, I think, comes with time, because the first part is recognizing you're in a good spot. And then the second part goes with that, so, yep. Alright, here we go. So far, I'm fine with it. Playing angles. All right. Now this is on your team if they get rolled here. It did drop down a little bit early. Okay, this is going fine. By the way, you're blocking your own heals there. I want to point out you were actually ruining your heals there the whole time by just going into the wall. The quick scopes are a little slow. Honestly, I barely even quick scope in. I mean, we just got top 500 on support. Like, you can get away with not using those mechanics specifically yet early on in certain ranks. Do you know what I mean? But you don't need to have that mechanic. It just becomes a thing that yeah, by the way, just a little side note, unless you have like maybe like a Suzu there to go with that, if you try to do that without a Kiriko, the Roadhog ultimate will shred an ult and Orisa. Orisa is good against Hog, but Orisa ultimate is terrible against Hog ultimate. Because like the thing that benefits Hog the most is if you're like stuck somewhere like in like a corner and there's no distance to the ultimate. So like Hog ultimate shreds Orisa ultimate. Like shreds it. Like if you have Hog ult and they Orisa ult, just pop your ultimate and they'll fall over. Like they'll just go boom, just like that, even with the damage reduction. Keep in mind, the Orisa had like, I'm pretty sure Orisa had maximum damage reduction there too, right? Because the Orisa ulted and got nanoed and still fell over in a half of a second. To give you an idea on that one. Like, I'm pretty sure, what's the max cap on damage reduction? Whatever it was, Orisa had and fell over still. No, Orisa's not invincible during ult. Orisa has Fortify during ultimate. So you can't CC the Orisa. So. I remember, I want you to focus on good position. You're getting snowballed a little bit, but you want to also end up in a good spot. I'd say so far this is good. You're taking the aggressive angles I talk about while also being in an advantageous spot. I also want you to think about where you're going to go next. Preferably, you're going to end up above you on the bridge if you win this next team fight. If you don't win this next team fight, I don't want you to gravitate towards the middle because the Widow can get an easy pick on you. So what I mean by that is, think about where the Widow can see you at and play around that Widow and then angle yourself so only your teammates can be seen by the Widow and not you. That's like right there. You see what your Hanzo did? That's an example of bad positioning, right? They got out of position on that one. Watch out. Don't overpeak the Widow. Okay, wonderful. I think, and you probably see that right away. That's not good. We knew right away that's probably what was going to happen, and it did. Of course, that's what happened. You need to try to find definitely a way to play that a little bit smarter because that Widow is going to hit shots. And the only way you give them the opportunity to get into this game is by making plays like that. And keep in mind, you'll come to my stream and you'll watch me do that exact same thing. So we're both learning on how to play that one. You know, you have Nano coming up. Your Nano target will probably be Echo or Zarya. If you Nano anybody else, it's probably going to be very inconsistent. At least in my opinion, I would recommend that. You gotta nano somebody soon. Yeah. You know what? Okay, so just to pause that very quickly, and I was kind of letting the team fight happen. I think the best thing you can do there at that point is just nano your Echo or your Hog a little bit sooner. I feel like you were a little bit hesitant on being able to do that. So, like, next time around, I want to see you play that a little bit smarter, is basically how I'm explaining that one. I think it's just like, just use your ultimate, enable your teammates to make a play, and force the other team to have to react to that. So yeah. And also, but yeah, I would nano a little bit more aggressively. The other team played well, but I also want you to think about the idea that when you nano your teammates, it forces the other team to have to be reactive rather than proactive, and the longer you wait, the other team becomes proactive, you become reactive. You became reactive during that, and your team lost. You want to be more proactive. watching. Remember what we talked about last time, by the way, in your first point rotation. Okay? 1, don't overpeak that Widow. 2, your rotation is going to be bottom right if things don't go well with your team. So far, things are going well, right? So far, things are going well. But, you know, just remember you want to back away, back right, rather than go to the stairs and then rotate around. Just remember that's going to be your overall play. You do need to be wary of top right. If you look top right on your screen right now, there is going to be an opportunity for Widow to go to that sightline and at the doorway. Yeah, you saw him. Do not peek him. Remember, do not peek that Widow. Find an angle that works for you. Do not force an angle if your teammates decide that they're going to be out of position. That Widow will get you, and then now you have to go for a res, and then something happens, and the next thing you know, you lose the point. And you're going to be in overtime spawn soon, so you don't want to get picked. Remember the sight lines. And there you go. And what happened? As they went up there, and you needed to be able to be in a much better spot, you didn't rotate. Then when you went to go rotate, you went this way, which, by the way, is a much better angle for them. Same concept. The Widow's there. You just do this. You go at an angle, you drop down, and it's going to be a much safer play. Instead, I mean, honestly, this Widow is doing a good job of holding this angle. It's making it difficult for you, but you're still going to want to rotate that way anyway. Your rotation was too late, and that's it. They get you because your rotation was too late. Your Mercy is lagged out. You were right. I love the Mercy just lagging out on the side. It did say the Mercy does lag out, and if you look to the left, the Mercy is just, yeah, there we go. Oh, how do they fall off finally? They were running to that wall forever. Nice. Hey, let's go. That was looking good for your team to begin with because it was an overtime spawn. Nice. You know, for losing your teammate there to be able to hold that and then like not like go over the top, it's good. Yeah, that's one where like I still think they had a winnable fight there, chat. Like the ball getting off the point, they probably results in the same result. I don't need to play for that one. All right, here we go. Let's see how your attack goes. What's their rank? Oh, I don't know what their exact rank is right now. I have to guess their rank. Previously, 6 months ago when we spectated them, they were plat 5. So what we do is we watch this, we give them the same type of advice that we see, based off of just how they play now, and then we guess what their rank is. Bulky Bob, thanks for the 32 months of the British process. You give it 32 months. Always good when they use an early land. Remember, angles, positioning. All right, here we go. On a grenade? Oh, well. Eh, you had the right idea. I'm fine with that. They just hit good shots. Good job readjusting your positioning. So far, so good by you. I don't know, I feel like it's been a pretty solid game out of you. Like, I know what your issue is going to be to, like, improvement, but, like, I don't think it's, like, too difficult to figure out. On a grenade? Yeah, you hecked that one up. I'm going to be real with you. If you do your rotations correctly there and you time everything out, you get the hog for free there. Just honestly, don't even wait on your nade at that point. Once they hook them, yeah, see how when they hook them, that's when you do it? That's when you want to do that. And then the first time, on the first honor grenade you had used there at that point, you did it too late. If you did that the same way the first time, that hog isn't even there right now. Like, you're already going to be able to win that. But it's all good. Like, your team is going to be able to grind this. Nano your hog if you need to. Yep. I do want to... you know what it is right now in this 1v1? And just to give you some, like, advice on this one. Try to time it a little bit better on everything. I felt like right there, like, you were a second behind on every rotation there. And if you're just, like, if you're immediate with your play, that hog is dead on their team, and then you're good to go. I would definitely be a little bit careful there in that situation. It's just your rotations are... Well, you don't need the honest sleep until the hog goes to the heal. The hog isn't even doing that. So... We posted the Overwatch match. I mean, I won't be able to post it from yesterday because I wasn't streaming that one. Because I wasn't able... I got back late, so I was live for the match. Okay, here we go. Or anyway, I wasn't live for the match. Okay, I didn't stream it. This really does... I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though someone said, like, oh, your hog isn't playing well, I think the hog has done an excellent job at being able to get the hook in. Now, granted, they're taking a ton of damage and making it, like, harder, but I feel like your hog is in a much better job of getting their hog in, and then your team's reaction to that hog has not been good. Right? Good sleep. Nice. You're talking, well, for tomorrow when the stream's live, you'll be able to get drops, yes. When the esports stuff is live, yes. Yeah, you don't lose this unless, like, you really heck this up. Like unless your team really hacks this up, you should be fine. By the way, slight play here. It's not make or break, but did you see when your Pharah ulted and your teammates were purple? Nice, good job, you got the win. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was, do you notice how your hog is purple? And you kind of just sat there, right? And you were just like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm just gonna chill, etc. Like, this is kind of what I'm referencing, like, where your reaction to the hog getting purpled was to wait for your hog not to be purple, but in the meantime, your Pharah's ulting. So, like, what ideally would be a better play for you at that point, right? Like, what would be a better play? Healing your Pharah during the ultimate or trying to heal your purple hog? So, little plays like that are going to be make or break, but I will say, I feel like you've improved. I don't know if you've climbed or not from Plat 5, but, like, that did not seem like Plat 5 gameplay to me. Like, and maybe you're still in Plat. If I had a look at this, I think you might be Diamond 5. And we'll go back in a second here before I look at the ranks. One thing I want you to really work on, though, is like your rotations. I think your rotations are like one of your hugest issues. And the way you do your cooldown rotations sometimes, like in that Hog 1v1, if you can clean that up, I think you'll climb even more. But I do feel like I've seen good progress from you. And I think a lot of it's just like cleaning up some of like these like really kind of like minuscule plays. But overall, I feel like you had a good Ana game. I feel like you had the right idea. Like I said, positioning and like how you rotate is definitely going to be super important. But I felt like overall, I was happy with how your play was. So I'm going to guess that they were Diamond 5. Their new rank is Diamond 5. Their new rank is Diamond 5. We guessed it perfectly. We got that one perfect. Also, congrats on the climb. I mean, that's one full rank in 6 months. That's good. Like one full rank in 6 months, especially as you get like higher and higher in the rank, like that is progress. And you had to switch your hero pool a bit, like you have tried to learn a new hero. That was very well done. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. What rank did you think they were when you were watching it? All of that will help. If you want to send in your own spectating, pretty much anything else, play the games, etc., you look in the description below, you'll see my Discord right there, follow the rules, and you'll be able to do it there. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam, so stop by if you haven't. And with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.